I had a fun weekend in Ohio, went home to see my family, and then went to Ohio State, Michigan. I'd been to the game before, back when Chad Henne was the quarterback. But to be able to see this game with Ohio State fans nervous because now your job was to spoil Michigan's season, even though Ohio State has an outside chance to still play in the 4-team playoff. But this was about Michigan coming to Columbus. This was about Jim Harbaugh. This was about Jim Harbaugh getting a big victory. And I've said for the last couple of years, you've made Michigan relevant, but you haven't made them great. And there's a difference because you have to beat your rivals. You have to beat Wisconsin and Michigan State, but you have to beat Ohio State. And when you beat Ohio State, then you're truly back. Ohio State jumped all over Michigan 62-39. It could have been a lot worse than that. The Buckeyes had been inconsistent all season long, and the Wolverines, that defense, the top-rated defense or one of the top-rated defenses in the country, man, it faltered. But Ohio State exploded on offense, and now the college playoff picture is in chaos. Because aside from the immediate impact, this game feels like it could have lasting effects on both of these programs. Jim Harbaugh can't beat Ohio State. Urban Meyer may be able to salvage a season that's been anything but positive. And every Ohio State-Michigan game is big. But this one was bigger than just a rivalry game because it will turn out to be one of the biggest games of the 2018 college football season because what happened with Michigan and with Urban Meyer. Is he going to continue to coach? I would say that the general feeling I got in Columbus was they hope he continues to coach, but they don't think that he will. If you saw the video where he sort of collapsed into his wife's arms after the game, I mean, it was pretty emotional there. And you saw him get a penalty early where he thought that his quarterback had been, that Michigan took a cheap shot at him. But, he was all in. He was invested in this, as you would expect. But it felt like when it was over, it was one of those, he was just exhausted. And I don't make excuses for Urban Meyer with what happened earlier in the season. This isn't a redemption tour. I did hear a lot of that from Ohio State fans. Yep, the redemption tour continues. Okay, the redemption tour is he's redeeming himself for the situation he put himself in. But that team was better than Michigan by far on Saturday. And in that atmosphere, Michigan's defense does not get pushed around. Michigan's defense got pushed around. Haskins, I thought, looked great. They had some big plays. It's, when you watch a game from the stands as opposed to when you're watching on TV, there are certain guys who just look bigger or faster, stronger, and you had a couple of those moments with Ohio State. Shea Patterson's a tough kid, but you know what? Ohio State's defense finally came to play, and you saw what probably was what Ohio State fans and maybe college football expected out of Ohio State this year, that they were going to be that great.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.